Welcome back, everyone, to Summer League 2025. Have another exciting matchup coming to you in the losers bracket in the second round between Kallat and Flow. Winner of this matchup will move on to face Dark in the third round of the losers bracket. We're going to be getting runners underway here very shortly. I am IBA, joining back in the booth here with the lovely Met. How are we doing, good sir?
Hello, hello. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. These objectives are looking kind of spicy right now.
Yeah, we thought the last seed played interesting between Rain and Sun Zero. I feel like the seed is going to play very interesting given what we're looking at. So we've got Axel 2 on the board, normal Demix, last check of core, the mountain trail climb in LOD, windows in Timeless River, locking up the kids in Halloween Town 2, Hyenas 1. We've got not only Spooky Cave returning, but we've got Yeet the Bear on top of that. And it gets better. We've got Data Zigbar, Data Luxord, Data Syax, and Marluxia and Lexaeus thrown into the mix. Oh, and yeah, just a simple Master 7 there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of overlap right there. I mean, there's like a couple of double worlds here and there, but like the objective is also very late. So you're basically going to have to be like 100%ing that world pretty much. Yeah, especially with that, what's called Hyenas 1 fight and that Data Sykes. So, yeah, that's, this seed sure is looking like something. We did actually pick up a Proud Fang there in 100 Acre Wood there. So,
yeah, our starting unlocks, to kind of go along with the seed, they're okay. We've got double down of SP, so we already have immediate access to SP2. And we've got Twilight Town and OC to start off for unlocks to go along with that Proud Fang that was found in 100 Acre. Also coming to us as part of the crit bonuses was that Torn page, which is why you saw both Kallat and Flow going through Piglet's place and just going ahead and doing the mini game, because why not? You got both objectives there in 100 Acres, so may as well get the prog and get closer. But we got Chicken Little joining us, part of the starting goods.
yeah.
As Kallat makes his way into Pride Lands.
Yeah, this is actually a good first visit here by Kallat because they only just went to 100 Acre first. So they actually haven't changed any of the RNG. So Kallat does get this RC straight away. So this is like your bog standard Pride Lands opening. Which is definitely what you like to see in these seeds because Pride Lands doesn't get much faster anyway because the movement is all the same. You can't like, get a faster line dash or anything like that. So yeah, this is I really like this play so far from Kallat.
Yeah, we started with Comet, as we're seeing from Flow's end here, getting some levels done. So, nice little limit to start the things off here. Flow just going ahead into OC. Probably saying I'm gonna go ahead and wait a little bit on Pride Lands. I know it's good, but I'm gonna go explore some of my other options since this is part of your initial starting unlocks. Not a bad play to go check it out.
Yeah, and to be fair, they actually got some pretty decent stats up to level 8 there. So if they can just pick up some magic, that first fight in like the Living Bones will be actually quite quick. But we are seeing two unlocks here. Bone Fist and Scimitar. Some of the, probably like two of the biz unlocks that you want to see early in your seeds because of just how like kind and like check dense those places are.
Yeah, and gives you access to some early prog with Kallat continuing to make his way through Pride Lands, picking up a very nice Once More, and a Sword of the Ancestor giving us access to that LOD objective.
Yeah, Once More early in a seed is always really nice to see. any of those enemies that can kind of like combo you and then you just end up dying, that won't happen anymore. So yeah, once more, always really nice to see early in a seed. Just a Keyblade and another accessory here in Pride Lands. Hopefully there's a little bit more, but here we have Flowleyd and Agrabah Shotgun. Some 2 abilities. Okay, there's the second. Okay.
Okay, so we've got early Scum, so I mean, it's fitting given what you're going up against on this board here. So yeah, gonna be probably really relieved to see second chance once more this early in the seed.
Yeah, with second chance once more, we also have access to those like auto limit strats or those auto drive strats, right? So you can just if you are down a form but you have the auto form, it's actually not too bad to get into them now because you can pretty reliably take damage. It doesn't matter if you're getting comboed or you have to be only looking out for 1 hit or anything like that. Yeah, second chance once more, very, very nice to have early on. Kallat doing the save warp there and the world that never was that you can do if you don't have a way to the dawn.
Got a magic here in the Bazaar Arena. Kallat dipping into SP again. Part of your early portions of unlock, so may as well go give it a quick look.
Yeah, that magic in Agrabah was a fire. Pretty good magic to get, I'd say. So as long as it's not Cure, it's probably a good magic to get.
Yeah, and on Flow's end, for those that don't know, that V-Bucks card is the money pouch. So we have money.
Ooh, another magic here in Agrabah. Okay, well, there you go. That is the magic that is the magic that you want to be seeing. Especially with all of the boss fights that we're probably going to be doing this seed. Yeah, that magic, probably the best in the game.
Oh my gosh, and we've got Thundara already just from SP alone.
Oh, and a Peter Pan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that data psych's all of a sudden not too scary anymore. Data Psychs is one of those datas that is very easy to pan. He's probably the most consistent to pan by a lot, actually. So yeah, I'm sure Kallat is very happy to see that summon right now.
Alright, so Flow now dipping into Pride Land's going to be finding all the goodies that Kallat found as we're getting our first look at Twilight Town from Kallat's end.
Yeah, for this fight, Flow will actually have access to a Reflect now, and so I'll be hoping to see them use that. Maybe they get the RC. Okay, they get the RC with a reaction boost, mind you, because they did pick one up. So this will actually be doing a bit more damage than what Kallat's was doing. Ooh. Okay, there's the Reflect. Okay, that takes down 1 Living Bones. Yeah, we're reflecting.
Very nicely done here.
Yeah, very nicely done in there. Utilizing that Reflect really well.
Yeah, understanding. I gotta hit that a few times there, and like time it well enough to where the Living Bones attack is basically ending as my Reflect is going off, so you're not still getting caught up and also slightly staggering them at the same time.
Kallat picked up a finishing leap there in the forest in Twilight Town. Pretty decent finisher to get. It actually provides a bit of AoE, right? You're only like 2 finishes that provide that are Explosion and Finishing Leap. Guard Break, not so much, but still a good finisher nonetheless. Right, I wonder if we'll see Kallat push up through the station fight here. Don't have access to Final Form. But oh no, I'm going to leave. Okay.
As I say, we got a number of other places that we can go dip into real quick, with not having touched OC, and LOD, of course, could be one of Kallat's like first major pushes just to kind of get that objective out of the way and see if they can't get some more stuff, because by the time that they finish that, for sure they'll have their first hint.
Yeah, very true. We still actually haven't seen Halloween Town at all from either of these runners, and I'm sure they're going to be dipping in there for their shotgun. So I do expect a Halloween Town at some point in the future. Probably next, actually, for Kallat, because it's right there around the GOA. So I wouldn't be too surprised if that is actually Kallat's next world. Ooh, better be a bit careful here. That pupper does hurt. Yeah. Thankfully, he doesn't get one hit. That's because of picking up an HP chest along the way. So pretty lucky there.
Yeah, and luckily, I mean, even if the doggo did bark multiple times, they did have once more to save them. And that money perhaps that Flo found in Agrabah is going to get them their duck flare at some point for that 600.
Yeah, that duck flare will definitely be used throughout the seed, I think. At least on... I don't think we'll be seeing Data Zigbar, considering how far out the way he is for these objectives. Oh, okay, well there's the other AoE finisher right there. Just first chest in Halloween Town, explosion just sitting there.
So yeah, we're gearing up pretty well here. It is going to be a bit of a long ride to some extent, so definitely getting very well kitted early on.
Flo following closely behind Kallat just now, picking up that explosion. Kallat opting for the death abuse here as well, though. Maybe we'll see Flo fight these guys. I know some runners like to do that very first fight just for a bit of experience. Okay, Kallat opting to get experience here in the graveyard.
Yeah, I wonder... Yeah, no, I'm just going to go ahead and just quickly get out of here. Probably doesn't want to try to waste too much time on it. Like, it's good experience, but it's definitely a little bit better of a situation if you're still kind of hovering around level 1.
Yeah.
For those extra levels early on. Outside of that, you're probably not doing much until almost to Christmas Town, but Flo just powering on through.
Yeah, so right now both our runners will be doing the Candy K lane fight. I don't think I've seen any good chests. I saw 2 junk chests. Oh, there's a stat up there on the right. Okay, not too bad. Ooh, Kallat sadly getting that comet. Yeah, the one disadvantage of starting with a form, you've got to be a bit more careful in your Halloween Town. Especially if you get a Donald limit, because Donald limits will naturally be above the dance pool.
Yeah, and especially if you use the dance call earlier, it resets it back to the comet, so if you forget to preset it coming into here, can't just spam the limits, because that's how you end up, unfortunately, in Kallat's case, of accidental comment, but it's all good. Got through it just fine. We are going to be getting the first hint after this fight here on Flo's end, because they did go through Agrabah, so they'd have that extra progression point from the Abu push. And we got a Collide on level 12, okay? And Wisdom Form sitting in 100 Acre, another Bone Fist in World Never Was. And HB's got the other Proud Fang, Valor, and Beast Claw.
Okay, so we're going to have to find some membership cards probably so that we can get to that Data Psychics objective. Sadly, nothing really in BC though. So, well, we don't know that. There could be an unlock. It could be like a chain logic situation, but we don't have an objective there, so we're not exactly rushing to go in there. Oh yeah, so Flo pushing through Twilight Town, picking up all these chests here, finishing that shotgun. Yeah, we just have our runners right now just high-fiving across the GOA. Just picking up the same stuff, same shotguns, just a slightly different order.
Yeah, imagine Flo will be touching up SP here pretty soon, considering they haven't gone in there just yet.
Yeah. So what are you thinking the first push is? Is it going to be LOD or OC this seed?
I almost feel like you're better off going not OC. LOD is a little bit less of a threat. Because yes, you've got the Reflect to try and navigate Hades' Escape, but you don't have a whole lot of HP, and right now, even though you have Scom at the ready, your defense is also kind of not really sitting nice to try and remotely navigate Hades' escape.
Yeah, and to be fair, there's also just an objective there in LOD, just doing the, I believe that's the summit climb.
Yes.
Yeah, so just gotta do that. Oh yeah, so you'll be getting a good amount of checks just doing that anyway. So an LOD push wouldn't be too far out the question, that's for sure. Oh, but Flow actually...
Flow's pushing... I mean, your stats... Kallat thankful to have that once more. And it's getting bullied by the Dust Rocks here.
Yeah, picking up that glide though on level 12. So we'll have glide here for this bit. Yep, curing up just so that you can activating that second chance once more again. Cat's going to finally be getting their reflect. I'm sure they'll be very relieved to see that.
Yes. Yeah, and so far not much happening in Twilight Town other...
We got that Way to the Dawn though on the station fight. So nothing really in the world that never was though. There maybe could be some unlocks there, but no objective. So
just the
bonus, right?
Yeah. So not like, unless Halloween Town's kind of riddled with stuff that you need, probably not really gonna make a dive into World That Never Was.
Yeah, Kallat going into LOD. I don't know if this is going to be the first 3 or if we're going to see an extended push here.
I would be surprised to not see this go ahead and just get pushed. Just mainly, it's going to go ahead and go pushing on through. We've got a good stat line early on. You've got Thundara, you've got Comet. Like, you've got a number of things here to kind of make this early slog through the pre-mission and missions go a little bit quicker. And you'll at least get 2 prog points by the time that you get through to that objective. So at least get you halfway to your next hint. Could even decide to do the cave fight while you're here, just to kind of get yourself access to just a little bit more for checks before dipping out, because you're probably not going to do the summit timed fight this early on, with LOD not having anything else but the data Zigbar waiting for you at the very end.
Yeah, that Thundara one-shotting those Nightwalkers is also very nice for them. Oh, okay. Second reflect.
Oh, okay.
Great. Just there on mission 3.
Love to see that. So that's a very welcome sight. Bigger reflect's always nice.
Yeah, that reflect is definitely going to come in handy against these assault riders coming up. Probably the most... Well, which one do you hate the most, IBA? Do you hate the assault riders more, or do you hate the Nightwalkers more?
It depends. Assault riders can be a bit annoying if you kind of underestimate your strength a little bit, because you can just immediately aggro them into basically their rendition of a DM.
Yeah.
Nightwalkers are just a nuisance, just because it doesn't matter if it's you or if it's somebody else touching one of them. The moment that they even get touched, they're just immediately spinning out of control towards you.
Yeah, and they just never leave you alone, pretty much. Just constantly.
Yeah, and then
yeah,
and like their little walk-up attack, little walk-up thing that they do with the overhands double slap. It's like you get caught once and you're trying to like time a reflect or a magnet, and they just sit there and just knock you over and over again.
Like what's happening to
kind of like what's happening. Yeah, kind of like what's happening right now. Okay, that was intentional.
Yeah. Going for that auto wisdom.
Yep.
Cure, though. I have a feeling that that cure beyond customize isn't where it usually is. So we got a muscle memory cure there an accidental cure there through muscle memory.
Yeah, probably just immediately was like, oh yeah, magic, good magic, and then forgot. No, not quite.
Yeah, immediately taking that off. Like, nope, get off my customize, please. Thank you.
Yeah, the amount of times, like even for myself, if I find a cure as like one of my first four things or one of my first three things, because I usually have either shortcutted as well. I'll end up forgetting myself and accidentally cast it, thinking I'm doing something else.
Hmm. Okay, so Kallat opting to do the cave fight here. This will get him some progression. We don't know for sure if we need to go beyond here. Oh yeah, we love shadows. Okay, getting the reflect out. Yeah, that's gonna take them all out. Very well played. Using fire and explosion here to clear out the waves.
Yep, very nice here. Oh,
already on the assault riders. Very quick.
yeah, somewhat of a late awkward spawn, so the explosion not really getting enough to fully kill with the assault riders spawning in, but thankfully they got staggered, pushed away, so not really much of a threat there. And Kallat finally gonna go into the shop to get their duck flare and stock up on some very useful items.
Okay, so it looks like Kallat. I don't know if he may just grab these two chests and dip.
That's what I'm thinking. I think the summit commit this early with nothing else to kind of really be pushing towards at this point.
Yeah,
definitely not going to go ahead and do.
Yeah, the data Zigbar is still up in the air, and you don't really want to be doing that fight anyway. So yeah, I like this a lot. Just going into OC, pretty high check density once you just get out of the urns minigame.
And like right now, looking at what they've got available as far as, you know, worlds that are available to them right now, you don't really have a whole lot of good options because of how deep everything is objective wise. So you're kind of just picking what's going to give you the best chance right now to go blindly, like chasing some unlocks and such.
Yeah, and I'm sure the racers as well are like really hoping to get some tools that can make their experience grinding on screens a lot easier, so that you can get like decent stats, because you're going to be fighting Lexaeus and Marluxia. I doubt you'll be getting towards the data floor, but there is a chance you could be getting to the absent silhouette floor for Marluxia anyway. So yeah, I'm sure.
And nominee sketches on level 15.
Ooh, okay.
And okay, this OC push. Kallat doesn't know it just yet until after Cerberus, but there's a membership card somewhere here.
Ooh, okay. So
and SP has our final form and a skill and crossbones.
Yeah, final form just sitting there and SP is pretty tempting. Maybe someone will actually want to. Oh, that one's more coming in clutch there. You have to oh, okay. Getting that auto again.
Still in scary time here, because again, you know, as we mentioned before, Kallat made the dip. Even having Scalm there, you're so glass cannony with not a whole lot of health that you're basically immediately back into danger, and could easily get caught up in just some weird nonsense that can happen even with Scalm.
Yeah, thankfully they had that auto wisdom though, so they actually got a drive level out of it as well. So yeah, pretty clutch auto wisdom to have, to be honest. Flow following not too far behind as well. Yeah, Kallat opted just to do these reflects here. Mickey definitely is not faster with how much damage a reflect does. But yeah, with Thundara as well, this shouldn't be too bad.
Well, the big thing here going through Flow's mind, as Kallat now also sees what he's chasing after here in OC, is that membership card could get you access, hopefully, to all three of those goodies that are sitting there in HB.
Yeah, that would be pretty insane, to be honest, though. Like, one membership card and then boom, you get all those three things. That would be pretty sick. But let's be honest, it's probably going to be like in core or corridors or something like that. Considering that most of the check density, like 80% of it, let's be real, is or even 90% of it is literally in Hollow Bastion 2. So, I mean, if it isn't great, but, you know, chances are... Oh, that Oran Divider, man. Sometimes there's more harm than good, I swear. But yeah, Flo doing pretty well, getting through that Haze escape. Moving on to that Cerberus. Kallat's pretty much done right now with the Urns minigame though, so we'll finally be seeing all these checks, hopefully, that we'll be getting in OC. Maybe, hopefully that membership card. We don't want to be seeing that membership card late.
Nice little accessory slot, so that's... those accessory slots are definitely going to be a welcome sight throughout the seed until you get maxed out on those, because it's just going to be that much nicer for
there you go, yeah.
pushing the screens and such, especially finding a Shadow Archive that's +3 to your magic line, so...
Another magic, getting a Blizzard, okay. So
there's
yeah.
at least our AG2 access inadvertently once we get the other unlock.
Yep.
So that's actually, honestly, that's probably a huge... And another Glide, okay. That's honestly a huge sigh of relief, because that at least guarantees now I can, like, no matter what, if I find the other Agrabah unlock, I can at least make a push to Lexaeus.
Yeah, and Lexaeus isn't, like, he's probably one of the more, probably the most forgiving, actually, Absent Silhouette that you can fight. In terms of, like, what tools you need, because Zexion and Vexen, you kind of want Final Fire, right? Whereas Lexaeus, you really just want, like, stats and a Reflect, really. And we have the Reflect part, so as long as we get the stats part, then that Lexaeus shouldn't be too bad to do.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about, as he gets stronger, you know, slipping up at all on a Reflect or anything and getting KO'd by his DM or way later in the fight. So it's not even remotely close to being scary.
Yeah, Kallat putting on that Flare Force. So far, no membership card in sight. Hopefully it's here on this P, or maybe even on the Hydra, but if we haven't got it by then I'm sorry in advance for rolling this. Yep.
Oh yeah, I missed the Thunder Boost too, so that Thundara getting juiced up some. Part of you almost kind of wants that membership card to be on Hydra, just because you're at least going to get your next hint.
Yeah, that's true.
Pushing through.
Summoning the chicken, the skull chicken. Ooh. Oh, nice, okay. So yeah, again.
Alright, well, it's not here, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got 3 more checks coming up on Hydra. 2 from the get bonus, I think. Is it 2? Yeah. Or is it 1? Can't remember. But we definitely have a pop-up after, so...
Yeah, we've got multiple checks, that much we know.
Yeah, Flo using that Dark Flare here to speed up that Demix. Meanwhile, we have Kallat here using those Thunders on Hydra. Still have Chicken Little out, keeping Donald safe, I guess.
We are out of MP again.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We don't have to toss items immediately. Kind of like the vanilla. We just casually go through the heads and then let it. Oh, the head got back under. Gonna have to hope that another head doesn't pop up here, because it is a chance that can happen if you.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
And there it is. And hopefully a third doesn't pop up.
Oh, that would be dreadful. That'd be so unfortunate. Okay. So yeah, we're waiting back here, making sure Donald doesn't die. Okay, popping the Dark Flare early, that's fine. Getting the rocket flares going. And then when the heads come down, I'm sure Kallat will pop that Mega Dark Flare and just go crazy on them. Yep, here it is.
Yep. And it's going to be timed just good.
Nicely done. Okay, do we get that membership card? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We got one more check. We have one more check after this.
Come on, Hero's Crest.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, naturally. So Kallat's gonna. But the good news is now, Kallat does have some more info, and is gonna go ahead and just full send Twilight Town. We got a Way to the Dawn, Royal Summons, and a Torn Page, residing here in TT somewhere. And what else did we get info wise?
What did we get?
What else?
Way to the Dawn in DC, we said that, yeah?
No, we had not. So that is
okay.
our other hint. So DC is not super appetizing, given that you know about the Bone Fist, but again, unless Halloween Town is really required, you're not really concerned about that Way to the Dawn right now.
Yeah. Odds are that Bone Fist is going to end up being before Psyx, ideally before Luxord, really. Or even before Zigbar. So, yeah. Just because of how the World That Never Was checks are, most of your checks are before Zigbar. No, before Luxord, sorry. So, yeah. Odds are we won't be needing that second Way to the Dawn.
Interesting. I think Flow's going to go ahead and just do screens now.
Yeah, no XP boost, but we do have Chicken Little and Explosion, so we can actually get a decent amount of. We can get to level 30, I'm pretty sure, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, and the nice thing, this will be your crowd control. Magic's not quite strong enough to one shot. I think even that Thundara.
Yeah, you're gonna need a little bit more magic, but 2 blizzards and an explosion shouldn't be too bad, or 2 thunders, I guess. You just gotta be a bit careful that you're not knocking something up while you're doing that thunder, otherwise you won't get that explosion out.
Yeah, the only scary part here, we do have Scom, so like it's not the end of the world, and you do have your summon out. So even if you immediately get tagged by a strafer, Chicken's just gonna heal you up, and every time you do hits with Chicken Little while he's out, he does heal you.
Yeah.
As you're already seeing Flo's health just jump right back up.
Yeah, so in theory, Flo should be immortal here. Just because of you just healing straight back up to, well, at least 1 HP, and then your second chance once more activates again. So, yeah, shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, and the beauty of some summons, like Genie and Chicken, they're very great. They're very great for low health situations, because they pretty much will constantly heal you back up with their unlimited potion that they've got just deep in their pockets, apparently.
Yeah.
Kallat dipping into DC now and immediately finding that Way to the Dawn, and there's still more here. But yeah, at the top of the tower, finding that Royal Summons.
Yeah, we do have 2 objectives here in Disney Castle, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Kallat push the mouse. Yeah, going back in. Well, there's still checks here, so you may just be getting the checks and then leave. Okay, there's still stuff here. Yeah, pushing the mouse. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, may as well get yourself another prog point and kind of get yourself set up for if you find the other Royal Summons, because then you could just go right on in for the Windows objective and eventually get things set up for Marley.
Yeah.
And at the same time, also kind of set yourself up still for forms, because normally you'd want to be over where you talk to Minnie, but I I feel like it, like with Wisdom form especially, having all of the hallway and this portion that you typically do the escort is very nice to have just that additional Heartless to level 1.
Yeah. The results of Flow's little screens grind, by the way, we managed to get 35 magic, which is pretty good. Not like amazing, but I'd say still 35 magic is pretty good. Sadly, strength isn't to be desired, and we did get a good chunk of defense, but that magic should be good enough to help us throughout most of the story content in this game.
Flow's just going right on into Roxas here.
Yeah, this is a pretty consistent loop. Ooh, sadly getting tagged there though.
Yeah, no auto limit to help them out here, so gonna have to kind of be extra careful. That's probably why he brought those elixirs, was just as a safety measure.
Yeah, thankfully we do have second chance once more. So Roxas can't just flat out kill us unless he does the Beyblade attack pretty much, because that can just decide to say, I don't care about second chance once more, because if you somehow land, you are probably dead.
Not enough to keep that, but it's alright. Roxas going back in for more. Gonna need to toss another item here to try and keep the loop going. This is fine. Yeah, I was gonna say Roxas is probably gonna go back to the middle, which is fine. Not at 1 HP, so you can afford to not heal here just yet.
Ooh, okay, we're 1 HP now.
Oh boy, this is really, yeah. We got into finisher state at a very awkward time there.
Kallat, on the other hand, pushing Halloween Town right now. So this place still hasn't been revealed yet for either of our runners. But we will be getting our next hint, I believe.
I don't think directly off Prison Keeper. I think we'd have to get through Oogie, unfortunately. Okay. But nonetheless, if you're gonna go through PK, may as well knock out Oogie. Get that next hint revealed, because for all you know, you might have to set things up. At this point, you're kind of digging a little bit without having to really go into extremely tough places.
Alright, we're approaching that last HP barrier of Prison Keeper. I think just after this one combo. Yep, there we go. This should be final phase.
Yep. And just going to go ahead right on into another dance call and just watch Prison Keeper's health just evaporate.
Yeah, this is exactly where we want to be if we need the extra damage from the finisher there.
I was wrong. You were correct. I don't know where I was thinking Prison Keeper only gave 1, but yeah, nope. Next hint has been revealed for Kallat, yeah. So I apologize.
Yeah, that SCT is. I think Kallat's gonna turn around and go there. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think you just unless he's just doing the save warp, but I imagine you just book it to STT here soon, because that's a lot. That all those unlocks are guaranteed. So
yeah, that effectively doing SCT will eventually get you that OC. Flow's really close here. Oh, missing that guard.
Oh
yeah,
no.
Roxas was literally like, God, 20% health or something. It was so close.
And PR also has been revealed. We got our Master Form objective being locked away in PR with Master Form there. Beast Claw, Torn Page also included, and an ice cream. So our last 2 hints that we just got definitely revealing a lot of progress.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that skill and crossbones, depending on how deep in SP you got to go, that's definitely hard locking you there a little bit for now until we find out where that other one is at.
Yeah, sadly Donald's dead right now for Kallat, so can't use that duck flare to just like melt Oogie. But we're going him down in the end. Yeah, so Oogie giving another 2 progression points there. So yeah, if you do Prison Keeper and Oogie, you get 4 prog points.
Yeah, so some very, very good stuff here. And nothing more there, but yeah, immediately seeing Kallat go dive on in. Meanwhile, Flo's still working on Roxas here. Almost has him done again. It's going to take another DM. At this point, it's just sort of fight and survive and live another day.
Yeah, no Trinity limit or limit form here to like kind of bail you out of those like sticky situations. Okay, we got him there. This should be it. It'll be close.
Yeah, do the...
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, also Kallat deciding to just amp, figures, why not? Let's amp up our magic stat a little bit more, taking the magic wand from the struggle weapons. And now we get to see if there's even remotely anything here.
Yeah, hopefully that Bone Fist. Don't really want to be doing Zigbar for no reason. Or at any point, really. Pretty tough fight, especially at the strength. They do have Dark Flare though, but it's not... You don't have Final... You don't have any dry forms, so...
Yeah, a lot of Keyblades, and we see an ability at the far end here. Another weapon. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Ooh, that's a...
That's actually a really good find. The unfortunate thing right now is Flo doesn't have the hint just yet for STT.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see. I mean, it's possible to do an SCT push, because you may just get that Trinity limit right and just think, okay, I may as well go, right? Yeah, I'm not too surprised.
Honestly, that makes sense. You've got the Axel. Part of me honestly forgot we have Axel 2 objectives, so this actually makes good sense here for Flo to just go pursue.
Yeah.
And is gonna find out very quickly that STT is in fact very loaded.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is just what we can see, so like.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as we get that money patch check from Pence, I think we'll be, or Flo will basically immediately see like, oh, this place is stacked. Good thing I'm in it.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting to see him pick up the wand there for another magic point.
I think we're just all in on magic. Just like, you know what? We'll just try and get to the 50s or something in magic so that when we fight that Marluxia potentially, our reflex are doing big damage.
Yeah, something to note so far. We're almost 45 minutes in RTA wise, and we still have not seen a magnet. So we have the summon rendition of Magnet with Chicken Little, but that's all that we got working for us.
Yeah.
All right. And on to Twilight Thorn here for Kallat. We'll be following very close behind here very shortly.
Yeah, we're pretty much just in SCT waiting room right now, because as soon as we're done with this place and take down that Axel 2, you've basically just unlocked like so many worlds that we can actually like start, getting through like big chunks of the seed. So yeah, sadly, not a lot of runners will be very happy if they got the seed, because it's like, oh, I gotta go through all of SCT. But by the end of it, you will never have to go in ever again, at least. And it's not like you have to do data roxes as well, so...
Yep.
Alright, Kallat gonna have to take the second DM here. From Twilight Thorn.
Gonna get the good old neck breaker. Yeah, the nice thing here too for both of these runners, they will achieve another hint by the time that they're finished up with STT. So they'll be able to, barring the next sequence of hints giving them absolutely nothing to work with, they're probably going to have a really solid idea of what their game plan is going to be coming out of here.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, an OC2 push for that
Damn it.
membership card is still on the cards, to be honest. Because that Proud Fang does unlock another objective as well. And it's not the worst because you have that Peter Pan. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We need like a bit more information. It'll be really nice. But yeah, Kallat here sadly doesn't have that Trinity limit Flow has. So yeah, these struggle fights will only be done with this base fire pretty much. Oh, hey
Yeah,
now.
and enemy.
Okay, Kallat. Hope everything's okay over there.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's just a very awkward situation too with Baby Fire because you pretty much have to almost get up close and personal right off the bat with Hainer, and Hainer's just one that will just up and decide that I'm just gonna smack you right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close here from Flow. Might be okay
Yep.
with doing the Thunders, getting through nicely there.
Yeah, thankfully skipping out on that second DM. But Flow will be having that Trinity limit here for struggles. It should speed up considerably. Whereas poor Kallat here is chilling here with that base fire. Vivi's probably going to wake up.
Yeah, and that is the unfortunate side effect here for Kallat not having that Trinity is with them being relatively strong coming through here, Vivi not having a whole lot of health to begin with, easy to knock out, unfortunately. Baymax, I need you, kind sir, to lay down with your step on. Come on. No. Away from the PC.
Alright, heading here into Axel 1 for Kallat. Oh, not getting the reflect. Yeah, we're going to be getting a DM by that. We sadly didn't stagger Axel there. So, or we didn't hit his revenge value, sorry. And not staggering him, to be fair. So yeah, he ended up doing a little DM there for Kallat. Alright. Flow following Kallat, not too far behind, going into their Axel 1. Hopefully we get to see a DM skip here.
And again, Setzer not having a whole lot of health, getting knocked out very quickly and back up on his feet. So a little bit of extended time here on the struggles. It's not that drastic, but those 8 or 9 seconds between the Trinity and that could, eventually add up.
Yep. And that struggle trophy and medal netting you both of those Blizzard unlocks there. So you have the OC2 access and we have the LOD2 access. So we actually do have that data Zigbar just sitting there now. But probably the worst data on that list. Well, to be fair, Data Lux can definitely be considered the worst for some runners because of how annoying his mini games are. But the thing is, Data Lux as well is one of those datas that can be done with very minimum tools and stats. So that's also another reason why other runners definitely prefer him, just because you can do him pretty much whenever.
Finding another fire in Sunset Terrace. We basically 3/5 of our unlocks now. Do want to note that we do have LOD revealed. There's nothing more there as far as importance goes, and Halloween Town is dead. Not a single thing there.
Yeah.
So Flo's not going to be too happy about that in particular.
I think
unless they were just kind of hoping. Well, no, Flo did Roxas, which I don't know if they were just doing it
right, yeah.
hoping for the prog or chasing after that Bone Fist. But having spent the time that they did trying to get through that, if that was their plan, which we don't know, but again, probably not going to be super thrilled to see that.
Yeah, I mean there is still, yeah, for Kallat anyway. There's still an objective there, so we may see a World That Never Was push still, just so that we can get to that. Because it's the very first thing that you do in Halloween Town 2 as well. Is that objective? So I feel Kallat will feel like he probably should go do that since he prepped it.
And yeah, actually, now that you mentioned that, yeah, you are very much right. So that probably was the game plan. Was hoping to find that bone fist between Roxas and Zigbar to go do the boxing of the children.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
Ooh, picking up a
Also,
slide dash. That was pretty good.
seeing a bit of the makeup there for Flow here in comparison. Now all that's left in STT is that ice cream. So it's either going to be in this next room or it's going to be on Axel 2 or just before Roxas's summer's over, which it's looking that way.
Yeah, this ice cream can't be on Data Roxas. So yeah, it's definitely last chest of SCT right now. Sadly, we don't really have any. We actually don't have anything in SCT to be fair. I mean, in Twilight Town 1, like objective wise, we do have that torn page that can net us towards those 200 Acre Wood objectives. But they're not exactly. I mean, they're pretty late at the end of the day. You need like basically all the pages to say you want to do those.
Yeah, but I think for either runner that the pages are probably kind of banking on because then that's one less super you gotta have to try and deal with or trying to get your master form up to level 7 somehow.
Ooh, Cal having a bit of trouble here with Axel 2. Okay.
And Flow, I don't know, meant to clear the light there, but did so anyway, but is through. Kallat
Ooh,
is
close.
just short.
Nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
able to get in there just in time because otherwise we're flirting with Axel DM there.
Alright, so Data Roxas doesn't have anything, no magic, none of that. So yeah, ST's completely dead. Flow going immediately now into Hollow Bastion 1. I wouldn't be too surprised if Kallat also does the same or something similar.
Yeah, especially if you're looking
Ooh.
for form. Kallat hasn't done leveling yet, so it's probably gonna go ahead and kind of get that out of the way. Um,
Still
especially also seeing Kallat could very well push all the way through experiment or not experiment, a hostile program. Probably chasing after the skill crossbones and that final form.
yeah, we did just pick up a Beast Claw in that Hollow Bastion that we knew about. So it is just there in the first visit. Maybe if we're lucky, this Bailey can also have that Proud Fang. And we don't have to worry. Well, to be fair, if you're going into Hollow Bastion and you go into Hollow Bastion 2, you'll probably end up doing Core anyway at some point for that last objective. So it's not the end of the world, but I guess it's a nice peace of mind if you do get that Proud Fang. Yeah, Cal doing the same thing as Flo right now, getting that Chicken Little out. Using
And oddly enough, I know it's slept on a little bit because we don't usually like concern about leveling summons up really all that much, but those summon levels can sometimes really come in handy when you absolutely need them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because at the end of the day, the only summon that is pretty much just immune to all damage is Stitch. So if there's if there's ever like a moment or something where you accidentally like drop something or you get comboed by like a boss or something, they can just immediately kill your summon. So having like a high summon gauge for sure is very nice to have. Ooh, it looks like Kallat may be getting a bit more XP than Flo. We're already catching up.
Kallat threw on a neg combo there, so is basically only needing to do one blizzard in this case into an explosion or just one ground hit. So is being able to rack up a lot more here without having to go through an extended sequence.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, should be out of there just in time, but not a whole lot more there in terms of the stat line. The strength barely budged. Like, we know the flow strength didn't really budge up that much. Kallat also receiving their next hint here. Sora's Heart doesn't have anything else but magic or summons.
And it's the BC hint, so we know where that second, what's it called, royal summons are, and another set of pages.
Yeah, so that's really good if you're hunting for the windows, and of course the coveted torn page to get you at least. I think what you're really hoping for at the very least is getting at least Spooky Cave out of this for your objectives.
Yeah, and with that Beast Claw just sitting there in Hollow Bastion 1, and with a good chunk of the checks also being in BC 1, there's a very good chance that we may even be getting both of those things in BC. So, yeah, honestly, a BC push from Flo when they get that hint wouldn't surprise me either. But still magnetless, which is kind of like a running theme these days in these League Seeds.
Yeah, which especially if you're going to make a push for core objective, you're really wanting to see a magnet to try and handle that.
Yeah. We're sadly also driveless. So magnetless and driveless so far for nearly the first hour.
Yeah, Kallat hoping to pick up the first form here because we don't know what's on. I keep wanting to say experiment. We don't know what's on hostile program. And Kallat hoping to get through this, having to rely heavily on magic because our strength is not super great.
We got a second chance. We're all good. There you go.
All right. Okay. So now we're waiting for the pop-up coming out of SP to see whether or not Final Form is here or if we got to venture off into SP2.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So got at least that. We want Data Luxord, though. Gonna have to go into SP2.
Yeah, and then doing this HP1, Kallat's going to be getting their final levels and that Beast Claw. So yeah, this is looking really good right now. A really good bit of routing there by Kallat, just getting that final form. Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Unhinted Torn Page just there on final 2.
That is actually huge for Kallat.
Yeah.
Because for now, until Flo decides to push on into SP to clear that out, that's a pretty big page sitting and staring you in the face.
Yeah. All pages are known now to Kallat, so he knows where they all are. So he can get those. So he can route around getting those pages now and getting those 2 objectives in 100 Acre Wood. Yeah,
we do know that the page in TT is in TT3, with Flo having finished up TT2 and nothing more being gained from that. Flo pushing hard here, and Flo's pushing really hard here for this membership card. So if it's not here, it's on Hades.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it's on Hades.
It's on Hades. Yeah.
Yeah, not the easiest fight when you're driveless, that's for sure. You do have Pan though, and Hades is pannable, but the problem is Hercules being there doesn't exactly make him pannable because he can just say, no, I'm going to knock him up and screw you over. So, yeah, I mean, Flow's best damage right now is Reflect. So you're going to want to be just doing as many reflects as you can, really. And maybe getting this explosion out as well. Dark Flare is also pretty good, but...
Yeah, our strength stat not being super great, but I mean, we can still make the most of it while Dark Flare's going out.
Yeah. This Dark Flare is
now,
also...
if Donald dies, it's a bit of a problem, but...
Yeah, Dark Flare is also very safe, because you are invincible during it. So, yeah, Dark Flare spam is definitely probably like the safest option that you can be doing here. That's for sure. Yeah, there's Hercules knocking him up. Thank you. Great. Flow probably going to be taking one more DM here, I imagine.
Oh man, you don't like seeing that because now you gotta wait for her to spawn in another set of orbs while everything is going on here.
Our MP did come back though. Okay, it doesn't matter. We can just do an explosion. Okay, very nice. Hey, okay, it's literally on the last check of OC is this membership card.
Unless... And everything is revealed to us. So we've got... Oh man. Our other skill in Crossbones is on forms. Agrabah has our limit form. And Pride Lands is done at the very least.
Oh, okay. So, honestly, Lexaeus doesn't feel too bad of a push then, considering... Oh, no, but then again, you can just get the Skull and Crossbones from SP2. Tough one. Seems kind of weird to route. Kallat also pushing, though, into this OC2. Ooh. Yeah, second chance.
Yeah,
more.
the good news for Kallat is he can get his final... He should be able to get his final form up to level 3 off the ambush fight. And also might be able to get to level 30, which would get him proc point from level 30, and then should receive a proc point from doing the ambush as well. Although I think with that much XP might be able to get there. I don't remember what the values of the dust were for here.
It should... I think it is a progression. I'm pretty sure it is anyway.
Oh yeah, he got to 30 anyway. So yeah, no, he's good then. I missed him getting to 30 somehow. So yeah, regardless, he is plenty good. He's gonna see the rest of his board now and be able to kind of make his moves from here now.
Alright, Flow doing the corridors fight. Yep, this is a pretty good strat. Going back into the corner into summoning Chicken Little, and then doing 2 blizzards into an explosion. This is pretty much the 2E strat, so the original KH2 release on PS2 English version. Checking out Core. This is our first time in Core. Hopefully we got some good stuff here. Maybe a magnet for once. That would be nice.
Do you think Flo holds off doing SP any longer, or do you think maybe it's kind of looking there, seeing that skill in Crossbones, and it's kind of like...
Well, I wouldn't blame them if they hold it off a bit longer because they just don't have it. They'll get a drive from doing SP, that's the thing. They probably just think it's in Central Computer Core or just before MCP. And oh, setting up ethers. We're not fighting through Core, are we?
I think Flo might be getting aggressive here.
We do have Chicken Little and
Flo is getting aggressive here.
Okay, so yeah, we're summoning. Okay, we're doing Core. This is pretty tough. Our magic stat is very good though. It's pretty much at the cap. For the first fight anyway, not the second fight. But I'm pretty sure for this first fight we're doing pretty close to max damage.
Well, the good news for Flo is as long as Chicken Little can stay on the field here, even if he managed to get down to 1 HP with Lightning McQueen making his long-awaited venture onto the field, he should be okay here.
Okay, we got the shaman. Oh no, we didn't. It's still there. Okay, now it's dead. And now it's dead again. Okay, so that should be all the shamans.
Yep, now just one more Lightning McQueen to deal with. And ka-chow, he's gone.
Yeah, Flogo getting up to 40 magic though. So, yeah, very nice to see. You're pretty much at the cap for literally like all the worlds in their story fights. Oh, and getting the last glide.
And max glide, so getting to the last core check should be no problem at this point.
Meanwhile, Kallat getting through the falling segment just there. I guess Kallat's pushing for this limit form. There is Alexeus here as well. Oh, limit form is just there, by the way. I didn't see that in the falling segment.
Yeah, so that's actually big because that now gets him another form. That gives him a little bit more firepower for Alexeus.
He can do rocks especially pretty comfortably as well. So
yeah.
Oh, and you get a tiny bit more drive leveling as well on final form, right? So you can get up to final 4 in that corridors fight. We still don't have that, skill and crossbones just yet. Wasn't on like final 3 or anything like that. So yeah.
But it does help to narrow down like what you're having to concern yourself with, with each form that you're picking up. Because if you're able to get each of those maxed, then it's kind of like, okay, am I really weighing the option of pursuing the skill and crossbone while I'm potentially chasing for all forms to get to level 7 master? Because that is the one thing, right? Is because Master 7 is on there. Master 7 can't have anything, or is there still a chance that there's something on Master 7 on top of the completion?
No. Master 7 can't have anything because of it being the completion.
Yeah, so that is the one bit of good news, at the very least.
Yeah, doesn't save you from Final 7, Valor 7, or any of the other 7s though, so... Okay, Flo getting through this. It's just killing this last... yeah, this is the last wave right now. So as long as Flo gets through this... should be good. Yeah, there we go. Yep,
very nicely done.
Yeah, that magic stat is still climbing. We just got another Shadow Archive there and another magic stat up increase. So, in final form, if Kallat manages to get even close to where Flow stats are, you will be around the 50s. So you will be doing more than level 1 damage to Marluxia at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Marluxia is one of the ASs that is very deceptive in their floor. It's on par with Sephi.
Yeah, you shouldn't even need to aero dodge. Yeah, you just glide all the way.
Yeah.
Last Chester Core, very nice.
Yeah, very good aggression here from Flo, and just absolutely relying on Chicken Little, which is really good to see with not having final form, no magnet at your disposal, finding a way to have that crowd control as a whole to just be able to get through it. Unfortunately, we are still missing Valor form here. We did get the Proud Fang, of course.
Alright, it's Kallat's turn now, but this time we do have that final form. Hopefully it's not going to end up being a bait. We do have Reflect though, so Final Form Reflect is very strong. Kallat is at one hit now. Just got to be careful.
The unfortunate thing here for Kallat is doesn't have the summon to fall back, so being at this point of his stat line.
Ooh.
Okay, getting Chicken Little out. Oh man.
Okay, Chicken with the clutch heal anyway. He did manage to avoid damage though, so that Chicken heal wasn't completely necessary till right now, like right then. Okay, nice, getting the Reflect out there. Okay, so this Chicken is hopefully gonna do its job, and we're at the point now where we're at enemies that can't be. Okay, besides that Shaman, can't be sucked in by Chicken. It's very close.
Ooh. And in the meantime, Flo currently working on Demix. This is some scary time here. Kallat out of magic again.
This should be it though. As long as this is the last one, yeah.
Yep. Flo unfortunately getting another sequence of clones. That's fine. Got Duck Flare and everything to just melt Demix the rest of the way here. I imagine Flo is just kind of committing at this point to chasing after that Valor form, which don't blame you, seeing what's on the board for forms, and also kind of probably still kind of keeping the Master 7 on the board as a potential.
Yeah, sadly not getting that Valor form, so yeah, not going to be doing Final Fantasy fights. Final Fantasy fights without a magnet is pretty rough. That is harder than vanilla technically. Because in vanilla you do at least have a magnet when you're going. Well, usually, you're expected to have at least gone to Halloween Town. You can actually end up doing that without a magnet, because if you go Pride Lands or whatever, or just doing it Calabash early. But yeah, most of the time you're doing it with a magnet.
Alright, Flo making the dive into BC. Does have Trinity Limit to insta-kill Thresholder, and you kind of are. I mean, at this point, you're really just starting to kind of hope that these unlocks start to fall into your lap, because we're now a little over almost an hour 15 in. We don't have any magnets, at least for Flo, still formless. And we have a magnet finally.
Yep, just there, and BC1.
Which we've had BC access since HV1, so we would have had a magnet very early, whenever it was that we did get the first access to
SCT.
HB.
Yeah, SCT. So, and we got that nominated sketches on like level 12 or something, so yeah, technically you could have had that magnet
early.
Yeah, technically if you God routed, you could have had that magnet very early. Oh, don't tell me that's another one. Oh my god.
Oh no!
Okay, you could have had 2 magnets really early. How about that?
Which inadvertently would have made your screens even better.
Yeah, you could have done screens. Like, yeah, you could have done screens with a medium magnet basically. So do your shotguns, I guess? Question mark. And do unhinted SCT as well. Yeah, so do unhinted SCT and then do your shotguns that SCT will somehow provide you. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and you won't get punished for it. Yeah.
Yep. Not this seed. Not this seed. This seed you definitely know. You get hella rewarded. Alright,
Flo going in for the insta-kill here, while Kallat's getting his way up to doing the last check of core. Shouldn't really have to worry about his movement with that max glide.
Yeah, I mean that max glide is better than vanilla and what you're supposed to do with that, because you can't get max glide in the vanilla game. It's a rando exclusive thing pretty much. So yeah, you can do that with glide 3, so you can definitely do that with glide 4.
I do wonder what Kallat. Okay, I think Kallat also hunting for that Valor form.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna see.
It's also that Demix objective. So yeah, may as well get that out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice Hori on level 4 final.
Yeah, that's
Flo also finding our other royal summons, so we now have access to Windows objective line there. I don't know if you're either of these guys. I mean, at least Kallat, you've got final form for Zigbar and everything.
I don't think you do LOD because you got to do that minute fight, and that's basically a minute of you doing nothing, and then you just got to run all the way through. So I don't think it's Data Zigbar this seed, that's for sure.
I was more or less talking like normal Zigbar.
Oh, okay.
To try and go after that other Bone Fist there to get to the kids.
Yeah, you could do that. They also could, because Kallat got that Hori slash as well. I'm pretty sure they have Berserk Charge on the Keyblade, or even an ability. So they can just Berserk Hori Zigbar to death as well. That is an option. But with that magic stat, well, the Nebula shouldn't be too bad. Roxas should just get destroyed by like Reflect and Ragnarok in limit form. So yeah, and Halloween that objective is right there for Kallat. So as long as it's after Zigbar and before Luxord, it's a good Bone Fist.
Alright, Kallat,
SP2?
considering...
No, SP2. BC.
Going BC, so it's gonna find those magnets.
Yeah.
Which this also in turn makes Windows get absolutely blitzed.
Yeah. Yeah, Windows will be very, very quick. We do have actually Chicken Little, so the magnet isn't too important. But it's very nice to have, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Kallat hasn't gotten the Trinity limit yet either.
Yeah, because it's after Roxas, isn't it? So yeah, not having that Trinity limit. I have to go through 4 hits the manual way, I'm afraid. Chicken does provide you those hits if you can get Yeah, I imagine we may even see like a full TR push here from Flo. Marluxia, even though getting the stats for him in base lore will be pretty difficult still this seed, he's not the worst Absent Silhouette to do with level 1 damage. At level 1 he's pretty rough because, you know, it's literally one shot. But if you like learn his patterns, he's pretty predictable and very loopable at the same time. So yeah, a full TR clear wouldn't be too surprising here from Fly. Yeah, there's your second magnet, Kallat. You're welcome.
If you wanted to, it would probably, you know, albeit be a little bit longer of a fight sequence. Could just do pan on Marluxia.
Yeah.
Also, just real quick, that Magnera, by the way, is going to help Agrabah so much.
Oh yeah, Agrabah 2, it's insane. Oh, and even the falling segment for Flo actually. But yeah, for Kallat, if he ends up doing Agrabah 2, going to that Luxeus, yeah. I'll tell you right now, Agrabah 2 magnetless is miserable.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just see the immediate benefits of the Magnera there with the stat line just shredding through everything. Plus, if Flo does venture into Agrabah, which with him having Luxeus marked there, I'm guessing he's got that on his radar for going after, so he will have that limit form. Strength is not great, but you can at least try to make the most of that limit form. with having the double poppage of limit.
Yeah. I mean, Ragnarok as well is very good with the magic stat, so you can use that a bit on Marluxia, like as like a kill kind of thing, or just instead of doing like a last Ars Arcanum, you can just do a Ragnarok instead, or anything like that really. But yeah, limit form very good. Limit form very good.
Yeah, considering the the page of limit form 8 drive go. If you haven't seen Net's book, read it.
Yeah. Go to the tutorial section on the in KH2Rando Discord. It'll be there. It'll be right there. Highly recommend it. If you play boss enemy rando, highly recommend it. Alright, so Flow finishing up or starting Boat Peak just now. Hopefully getting through this in one cycle.
Yeah, should be okay. Has an air combo boost, so at least getting a little bit of extra help here.
Alright, sadly taking 2 RCs there, that's pretty unlucky. But yeah, getting through that, getting thrown off, that's the main thing. Kallat heading into SP2, okay, he wants that skill and crossbones.
Yeah, may as well. It gives you at least access to go chasing after that ice cream and your other torn page along with master form, so may as well.
Yeah.
Because at this point, trying to gamble on finding that other crossbones on a form right now, probably less than ideal to try and do.
Yeah, for sure. And you like to go do Data Luxed, you'd have to go like all the way through like GR2 as well. So unless, yeah, like literally unless that master form, or even that if that torn page is on like GR2 or something, then we probably won't be seeing get Data Luxed with the seed. It really just depends how late this stuff could end up being in PR.
Yeah, and you've got nice genie there on limit 3. You've got the stat line and a good strong kit with options of doing limit form and final form, and having Thundara with a Thunder boost. Just again the stat line. You're sitting comfy going through SP2.
Yeah, Kallat right now in final form is above or pretty much at the damage floor for Marluxia. So if he ends up going that route, he will be doing more than level 1 damage right now.
Flow's going back in now for the Hyenas 1 objective. I wonder if they're also just here for that, or if they're just full sending on through.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, strength isn't getting any better. It pretty much requires a level 1 ground shaker, I think, at this point in the seed, unless you end up climbing up through the World of Wars or going to TT3, which, I mean, you can for that page for TT3, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think unless somehow, some way, your accessories you can get lined up to help you, because I'm pretty sure we're rocking an 8/8 Keyblade, so yeah, we're as good as we're gonna get in that department. And the skill and crossbones right before MCP. Yeah. So that is very nice there for Kallat to find, not having to worry about doing MCP fight, especially being below the floor and not having a way to boost yourself.
Nice Scar fight there by Flo. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they just immediately turn around, because if they do that, they're basically just announcing, yeah, I'm doing Data Sykes. Nope, going to Agrabah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, not yet. I mean, you do get another chance to kind of increase your stats going through this. He will find the limit form sitting in there at the bottom before treasure room. Unfortunately, right now, stat line not
Yeah.
gonna get really any better.
That 22 strength, I don't think you're gonna be getting close to like the mid 30s, late 30s, which is what you'd want for that ground shaker. So yeah, I'd be very surprised if we got up there in this seed. So far, PR Town holding. Oh, it's the Beast Claw.
Not what he was hoping to see, but hey, at least now the next unlock you see, you now will rejoice because it's at least done.
Yeah, it'll be that ice cream. Hopefully we get to see that page as well. It could just be page and an ice cream here, actually. That'd be quite funny. Flo finally picking up that limit form that's just there after falling segment. Going now into the treasure room.
Yeah, probably feeling a lot better now to just full send this. Probably honestly was holding off doing through here just because they didn't have a magnet and probably didn't really feel like having to try and chase everything down, because even trying to use chicken, it's so iffy to try and actually get chicken to whistle. And Kallat just, man, we're just gonna float here for a good minute, kind of think.
Yeah, good thinking time right now. You can just stare at your tracker, like, what is my plan? I don't think there was anything too noteworthy in the throne room. Oh, not throne room, the treasure room.
Yeah, there's a stat up chest, but drive is at 9, and I think we found both money pouches. That might be wrong on that matter.
Yeah, and HP doesn't really matter because we have second chance once more.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. To just get
really the only thing
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and having that flare and take full advantage of the lava piles here.
Well, Kallat picking up the third thunder there in PR on the minute fight just there.
So now we big time Zeus. Flow is now on through. Yeah, I imagine now we'll probably for sure see him just do the quick turnaround, since we already pushed through Twin Lords here. Yep. Yeah, Genie Jafar thankfully won't be too bad with the magic stat and having explosions, so that is a plus.
Yep. Yeah, this Magnera is definitely going to go crazy here in Agrippa 2 right now. With that magic stat, you can actually just... Oh, you can just magnet explosion everything, but I'm pretty sure 2 magnets clears everything up too.
Yeah, I think with it being at 45, you should be able to just do double magnet and just have everything just implode on itself. Ooh. And there's the ice cream.
Okay, so Kallat's probably still going to keep going through here just to get that torn page.
Yep, may as well check it through Barbosa, because it's going to be super fast. If that page is just here, then you just book it to TT3, yep, and hope that the torn page is just somewhere without having to go data.
Ooh, okay, no page just here. If it's on Barbosa, we're in good shape. If not, if we don't get that master form, that Skull and Crossbones can't be on master form at all. So it's probably going to end up being on like a Valor or Wisdom form. Okay, very nice. Getting some limit levels here. Okay, there's still a pop-up.
And we got one more.
Still a pop-up. If this is the page, it's huge. If it's the master form, we're very upset, to be honest. Okay.
And it's not. So now you're...
Okay, yeah. Kallat's still going to do 100 acre. Yeah, because you can potentially get the wisdom form here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that can still lead you into that PR2.
And nope.
Oh, nothing here. Okay. So we will be probably
So
going to
now,
TT3 after this. Yeah, after this mini game here. Yeah, TT3. Flow me.
and
Yeah, finishing up the switches here and Agrabah 2. Pretty much just there at Gene Jafar.
Kallat just going to be zooming on through TT3. Oh, I think he thought he had another page.
Yeah, sadly you need 4 pages to get into Spooky Cave, and then the 5th page to get into Starry Hill. So yeah, Kallat's just going to need to go through TT2 and TT3 so they can get into Spooky Cave.
I wonder how hard you try and chase that skill and crossbones now in forms, because it would definitely be nice. Obviously you don't want to have to necessarily go all the way through PR2, but if it gives you an option to at least data Luxor,
yeah,
and guarantees you that torn page to Starry,
yeah, because
it's just you're in such a weird spot right now.
So if
there's the other money pouch.
Yeah, if Wisdom Form is on Starry Hill, then that means that Skill and Crossbones has to be on Valor 5, up to Valor 5, up to Limit 5, and up to Final 5.
Just from a logical standpoint.
Yeah, from a logical standpoint, because you can't get that Master Form, and you can't get that Wisdom Form without getting into PR2.
Okay, well, there's the torn page, and we're out of here. So it was early enough.
The problem, though, that Dry Form, that Valor Form, if Kallat needs, like, Valor 5, and he doesn't have the Auto Valor, that Valor Form can be on, like, a Data or Sephi. So...
Mm-hmm. And that's the scary part to have to think about, because that's a big commitment.
Yeah, I think at that point, you probably sack Starry Hill and Data Luxor by that.
Well, you'd not only be sacking that, but you at the same time are automatically sacking Master 7. So
yeah,
you're basically hard locking yourself into Data Zigbar, Spooky, and everything else that's still on the board. So you almost kind of have to try and chase this, because otherwise, that, like, if it's not...
Wisdom Form's just there. Okay. So it can be on up to a Drive 6 now. What's it called? The Skull and Crossbones.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure
that is...
Yeah. Go on.
Nicely done, by the way, for Flow, getting through Lexaeus. We are off and running to who knows where, but
yeah, so
pumping ourselves with the stats that we could possibly do.
Yeah, this makes sense from Kallat doing Windows here in TR, because you can level that Wisdom Form here. So it's good 2 birds, 1 stone right now. Hopefully if he gets that Skill and Crossbones on this Wisdom Form, it is huge for Kallat.
Yeah, because you always have all of TT3 to do whatever with Final Form.
Yeah. Oh, poor Flo, man. He's going to be getting his Final Form for the very first time, an hour and 30 pretty much RTA into the seed. And it was just here the whole time.
Yeah. And it's just a damned if you do, damned if you don't at the time.
So far, this Wisdom hasn't got anything. We only gained 1 Wisdom level there. Yeah, there's your Final Form. Ooh, opting to go to the wall than ever was. Are we doing Zigbar now, just because we got that Final Form, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you probably want that Bone Fist still, right? Because it's just there. So
Yeah, if the Bone Fist is just any, if the Bone Fist is especially before Lux, like Luxord especially, then you're feeling really good. You've got a spot to level final as well, going back and forth. Um, yeah, he's trying to do all that he can to make his strength stat better. Um,
yeah, in final form we actually have okay strength right now for Zigbar. We'll be at around 36 strength with two 8/8 keyblades, or with another 8 keyblade on top of whatever this one is, I guess. Okay, Wisdom
all
5
right,
doesn't
well,
have it.
Wisdom 5. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna have this situation from last seed for forms.
We still have limit form and a little bit more final. There are auto forms on the table still. We have second chance once more. I think they have auto master, unless that's last seed and I'm getting seed bleed. I think they should have auto master, and then they because oh no, they haven't. They've killed Goofy, so that means they can't actually level in core.
Mm-hmm. Because they both have done.
Yeah,
they
they've
both have
Demix.
done
They've killed Goofy.
Demix.
Yeah, they've killed
Yeah.
Goofy. So you can't
Yeah,
go
they killed
into
Goofy
any.
even though he's here. Kallat, yeah, pushing on through. Yeah, I think you don't want to burn this because if you end up needing to do levels like you still have World That Never Was to go level on shadows and whatnot for forms. You
Yeah.
just would also kind of like to have a bit of a better spot with here. Like you can still go back into Windows for sure. To do all that. And
Yeah. Because
Flow. Okay, Flow's okay here. Because Zigbar had transitioned out of the room on his own, so. But getting through it, thankfully.
yeah. It's just that last objective, because I think 11 out of the 12 are pretty much set. It's just,
Oh wait, we already did that.
it's just
Oh,
auto limit. It doesn't really matter too much.
Sick auto limit.
Okay, Kallat going straight into Marluxia. Okay, just getting this out of the way. Yeah, that's fair.
We got to go deeper for that Bone Fist.
Oh no. Okay, so it could just be Huron Luxord. Still, where is that second Ways to the Dawn? Just so that I know. Oh wait, we've already got it. Okay. Whoops.
Yeah, we already got it.
Yeah. What, ages ago? Okay, that's not too bad.
I'm actually surprised Flo didn't pop form before the pop up, or even like going into this fight just to get the drive refill.
Alright, Kallat getting here through Marluxia. This is past the the first HP barrier, so we are in the pool phase of the fight where he will start laying down all of his like lava pools, I guess, or whatever they are. The rose petal pools. Okay, we're actually went straight to the end phase because Kallat did so much damage there with that final form and Duck Flare. Got to be a bit careful here. He does have second chance once more, so he can just tank this DM. Okay, nice, getting his MP back. Okay, so he can go into final form here still. Probably gonna go through one more DM.
Duck is dead.
Oh, Duck is dead. Yeah, okay, gotta wait. We can cure him though. We can revive him.
We can bring him back better, even though he won't be better.
Okay, nice. Okay, doesn't matter. We got Scum. We got Scum.
Yeah.
Very good reflect. That reflect saved him. That second chance once more wasn't active for that reflect. This last final form into Duck Flesh should be a kill here.
Yep.
Very nicely done. Okay.
Yep, very clean.
So that is Kallat's 7th objective.
Yep. And meanwhile, Flo unfortunately getting DM'd here by Yami.
Yeah, also sadly running out of drive. Hope they have a drive recovery so they can have some for Psychics coming up. You don't really need it with this magic stat, but it is always nice to be able to pop Final Form against Psychics.
And through that, Kallat now making his way to his 8th objective with the Hyenas 1. And it's like we're starting now that everything is starting to open up, objectives are starting to be able to get cooked a little bit more now. But it also at the same time, it just feels like you're still so far away from being in that full send.
Yeah, it's really just it's that last objective really, because you do have that Data Zigbar ready to go. It's just its Data Zigbar. Ooh, Flowleyd taking a death there to Psyx. Yeah, the one bad thing about being in that Claymore, even though you have second chance once more, you're not getting staggered, so it doesn't really activate, so you can just still die in that Claymore, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, unfortunately.
Oh, I think that's a DM for Kallat. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. As soon as Kallat gets through this, it's pretty straightforward. Just gotta tap him with anything and he's dead.
Yeah, once he's fully done with his anger, it's a little awkward for folks that don't necessarily know. It takes a moment or two for Scar to actually be vulnerable once his DM is done, because he'll still be just standing there, but he's still basically immune to damage for a moment.
Yeah. Kallat went immediately back into Pridelands 2. Okay, let's see where this Bone Fist is. Hopefully it's before Xemnas and we don't have to do him. Yeah, Flo gonna opt to level final here a bit, get some of those final levels as well as that XP.
If you're in Flo's shoe, you really want that Bone Fist to just be here before Xemnas and not have to do another fight. Baymax, can we not chew on the headset cord? Thank you. Chew on this. Or chew on the duck. Do one of the two.
Okay, Flo's about to run out of final form here.
Okay, there it is. There's the Bone Fist.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Second to last chest, just there.
Alright, so we're at least saved from having to go do Xemnas. And there... Okay, no, that was the only thing in World That Never Was. Also, we're in danger mode. Okay, Riku coming in clutch.
Oh, we're still fighting here. I guess we just want to get some XP.
Yeah, that's fair. You're right there to another level. I don't imagine you'll probably stay here too much longer.
Oh yeah, just wants
Unless
to
they're
level that
still
final.
kind of hoping.
Yeah, sadly the best final leveling spot is after beating Xemnas. But yeah, Flo still doesn't actually have access to that to TT3 because they haven't even gotten into PR1 yet. Because they haven't done SB2, because that's pretty much the only way you're getting in there right now. Unless that what's it called? That Skull and Crossbones is just sitting on like limit 5 or final 5 or something. Probably not, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, Flo gonna go check out Rabbit's house to see the song of the surroundings of disappointment. Oh yeah, there's the Automaster. Yeah, in Rabbit's house. So yeah.
This is Ground Shaker though for Kallat. We do have Berserk Charge, so we're doing pretty good damage. 30 isn't the best.
Yeah, but we do have that Berserk.
Oh, we're gonna.
We have that Berserk hidden. Yeah, we
Okay,
have the
nice.
Berserk hidden ability, so we're more than chilling here.
Yeah, nice thing. Nice stuff. Okay, so this should be... Yeah, that looks like it. It's the one cycle. Very nice fight here by Kallat. Okay, so we've got that data psych set up.
And so Kallat has the data science and Lexaeus at their disposal.
Oh, we still got to do a bit more of Agrabah for Kallat. He's only done Treasure Room, so...
And that won't take too long with the kit that he's got to absolutely shred through Twin Lords.
Yeah.
Man. Because now Kallat basically, if Kallat wants to get his go mode, he basically has to...
You're going to finish the World That Never Was. Then you're going to do all of Agrabah, and then you're going to do the Halloween Town that you get from doing that World That Never Was, and then you're going to go all the way through LOD and do that Data Zigbar.
Yeah.
And then you're done. But the problem is that's Data Zigbar. You do have Final Form, Second Chance Once More, Duck Flare. You have everything that you could possibly want. The only thing that you're missing, which is pretty substantial, are the stats. So yeah, that's the only caveat. You have pretty much all of the base tools that you want. You just don't have the DPS that you want.
Yeah, and Hernandez makes a good point in chat, by the way, because Kallat hasn't done normal Syax. Kallat's hoping to also double up here with the actual get bonuses from normal Syax on top of the data rendition.
Yeah, you could get the Bone Fist from this, which would be a pretty insane play, but sadly, we do know that it is after Syax, so...
Yeah, but nonetheless, like, it's a really good play, because if it's just here, then you don't have to touch World That Never Was, period.
Yeah, it would be a really insane play. You don't think he'd go do, like, Data Zigbar as well, maybe? Because you could, in theory, do it like that as well, because the Zigbar get bonus could have the Bone Fist, and then you just do Data Zigbar and get the Bone Fist that way. That is an option.
I mean, there is a reality. There is a reality that could happen.
Alright, Kallat finishing up here. Data Sykes is down. Get Peter Panned. Meanwhile, Flo finishing off Prison Keeper here in the last stage.
Now, the alternative is we could level up Final Form to level 5, see what's on there, get Limit Form to level 5, and see what's there.
Yeah, I think we'll see that first. We'll probably... Oh, he's getting the Valor Form.
Yep.
Okay. I really hope, for his sake, Valor isn't on, like, Sephi or Data Demix, because that would be very sad.
The biggest thing that he's banking on here is if he's reading all of that correctly, he's understanding that, okay, if I go get this Valor form, worst case scenario is I have to get to level 6 for one of these forms.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that Master Form is locked in PR2.
Yeah, that's correct. We just really need this Valor form not to be too deep.
Yeah, if it's just here after FF, Kallat's full sending so hard into World That Never Was to level that up first.
Yeah. He is at the same time leveling this Limit Form, so we could just be getting that Skill and Crossbones right now, mid Final Fantasy fight. Okay,
it is not. So now we potentially hold our breath on Final 5. Otherwise, yeah, for sure have to find that. For sure, would have to find that Valor form.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Flo getting done with Oogie and is going to be making their way to the children here. Yeah, for Flo, he's also kind of at a crossroads now where he's gonna have to kind of make the tough choice because Flo,
Cloud.
yeah, Flo basically would have to go through PR1 at this point.
Yeah.
No, not PR1. Well, yeah, PR1 to get the ice cream to get to the other page to get to Spooky at the very least, which gets them into their go mode. Okay, so
okay, Kallat has access to that skill and crossbones. He has it. He just doesn't have it yet.
Okay, I like this. Just go level final form.
Where's his best place for Valor? He's completed.
World that never was.
Oh yeah, the world that
he's got world that never was still because he hasn't.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. That is that is literally like the best place with his strength stat. He just has to put on like a really weak Keyblade. And he won't be like destroying those shadows. But yeah, he'll be leveling up that Valor form really quickly in the world that never was.
Yeah, I think either way we're big time chilling. Gonna at least level up final form here. And he should be able to have a chance to get to 6. It might come up short on that, but at least should see final 5 here at the very least. If not, won't have to do too many rotations through the mansion. So yeah, so the Valor form just being there is such a huge find for him.
Yeah, it's massive that it's not even on 1K. I mean, 1K is pretty okay with like your stats and the magnet that you have, but the main thing is it's not on like Sephi or any super boss. Basically, very fortunate.
Kallat's frozen.
Yeah, Kallat seems frozen for some reason. Hold on. We're just going to go to Flow for a minute while I try and sort that out. Oh, no, we're back. Oh, no, we're not back. Let's see. Should be okay now for Kallat.
Yep.
Okay.
We are back. Not quite to final 6 just yet.
Yeah, still looking for that skill and crossbones. I have a feeling it's going to be on that Valor form. Because we've got so many checks there. Odds are it is there.
Yeah, and well, considering it was kind of one of those that you weren't entirely sure if you're gonna actually go pushing after it, but kind of looking at how everything is as a whole looking, it's basically you're just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it. So final 6 should be happening here anytime now. He has taken so not final 6, but best believe he's probably.
Oh no, we're going limit 6. Okay.
Okay.
Flo meanwhile doing the solo sailor right now, trying to get some auto master levels. I kind of like this. Sadly, we know that it can't be on that master form. Actually, I think, yeah, we know that. Oh, very nice line, Dark.
All right, limit is done up to 6 now. So Kallat's going to be making his way to World that Never Was because that is his prime spot that he has available. Should be very quickly getting through both Valor and Wisdom, unless, of course, it's just on Valor.
It could just be Valor too. That'd be really funny, actually.
Ow!
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, read the seed. I didn't even look at the log. How did I do that? Okay, great. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
PR2.
yeah.
So we have Master. We have Master 7. And
yeah, and I believe we have a drive converter, so you could just easily go do gamblers in TT3. And honestly, at this point, you've pushed through Spooky. You may as well grab that torn page, do Spooky. That's one less data you got to do.
Yeah.
So the only thing now is, or no. You know, yeah, you can actually just sack the Bone Fist and World Never Was at this
Yeah,
point.
you can. You can do data Luxord. You do data Luxord. You do Master 7, and you do the what's it called, 100 Acre Star Hill. Those are the three Kallat can do right now, and be in go mode.
Yeah, and the stat line just gonna be absolutely annihilating these fights.
Oh,
Oh, and it's just there.
just there.
Okay,
Yeah, still
so
need that master
there's
form.
Starry.
Also, with that, yeah, with mansion access, Master 7 is quick. Like, it's really quick. So
Yeah, throw on some jackpots, hopefully. And okay,
it's gonna end up being on GR2 anyway, and you're like, okay, well, Data Lux is right there, may as well. Oh,
oh, oh.
okay, we still got two. We still got a
All
pop
right,
up.
we got one. We got a chance. It cannot be on Data Luxord because Data Luxord is an objective.
Oh, okay, so
It's on GR2. All right, so
that is probably one of the worst places to get Master Form, to be fair. But Final Form
seriously.
Final Form is good enough. But yeah, that's a pretty unfortunate Master Form location.
But yeah, for those watching at home, in terms of the objectives, Master Form is for sure on GR2 due to the fact that Data Luxord is an objective, and Datas only have the one check, which in this case is the completion mark. So it cannot be on Data Luxord.
Yeah, thankfully, Final Thunder is pretty good. It's almost as good on Grim Reaper. It's just not as clean because you don't go around in a circle automatically. You kind of have to just do it yourself manually. But it effectively does the same thing. It's just a lot less clean. But yeah, GR2, notoriously one of the most disliked bosses, I'd like to say. It's pretty boring, to be fair, and like if you don't know what you're doing, it can be really difficult as well. Nice, Kallat getting through the first phase.
Could you imagine if we actually had Auto Valor?
Oh, good point. I don't know. We don't have that, do we? I really hope that neither of the races have that.
I don't believe we had Auto Valor, but it just popped in my head just now. I'm like, what if?
I may go have a look for that once we get someone in final fights. See where that Auto Valor is, maybe. Yeah, and then it ends up being on like on like the second pop of GR2 or something, or the third or whatever. It's like, okay, well, yeah, there it is. Had to go get that Valor form in Crystal Fissure. Okay, Kallat's in the final form now.
Yep. We're just gonna see those medallions just drop like crazy with some well-timed thunders. It's one thing for the final phase here. GR2 has like a brief moment, so if you try and like spam your magic, especially in a form like Master or Final in this case.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Wisdom, good enough. This will definitely work. Okay, yeah, freeze
keeps the duck alive.
Nicely done. This is a dead GR2. Okay, there's the master.
And it's just right there on it.
Okay, yeah.
So no pop up.
Yeah, so that means no Valor. Yeah, Auto Valor couldn't have been on GR2 then, because it's on the get bonus. It could have been here. If Master Form was there, then it could have been on that get bonus, but yeah. Alright, going straight back into Data Luxord. You're here anyway. Stats aren't getting any better. May as well.
And again, oddly enough, for Kallat, he doesn't know it. We do, but again, could be a Giga Brain play of Bonefish just appearing on the get bonus for Luxord.
Oh, I don't know. I think at that point, I think it's actually, yeah, it would be faster than leveling Master Form. That's for sure.
Yeah, because you just go do kids and then just go do yeet.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah, none of that form grinding stuff. All right, Data Luxord. This is a tough customer.
Yep. So yeah.
Taking.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think he meant to do
Yeah.
that unless that was actually intentional. But so the biggest difference here is his minigame is sped up, but his minigame is actually more valuable and useful here.
Ooh, Kallat opting to actually fight him here, it seems. Not really going for
Probably, you know what? It could honestly just be partly nerves. You're almost 2 hours. Yeah, you're basically approaching 2 hours RTA of your seed. And we're still not even remotely at the finish line for objectives just yet. So it's kind of like, do I really want to have to try and do these mini games under pressure?
Okay, nice. That's one. Okay, this is really tense. Okay, nice. Getting that time card. That time card does reduce it, Data Luxord's time slightly, and it also prevents you from losing time if you failed a minigame before. So always grab those time cards. Is that yeah? Kallat's had getting blown up there. Going into the limit form, Ragnarok. Okay, this Ragnarok is still doing level 1 damage, unfortunately, but we got an MP refresh. Yeah, Kallat's still etherless, by the way. Popping the time card. Getting out the way. This is so scary. Okay, good limit form pop. Okay, going in for an R's. That's scary. Those cards can follow you still. You do have healing on every single Valor hit though, so if he does get hit, he's fine. Okay, he is MP-less right now, by the way. He can't get it back. Oh, he's going for Berserk Charge.
Yeah, I was just saying we're just gonna go ahead and Berserk Hori because.
Okay, this is the end. This is the end. Okay.
Oh, but we are at 1 tap here, so.
Get off the lock. Yeah. Don't lock onto him.
Yeah.
You do not want that. Yeah. Glide up the wall.
Yeah.
Glide up the wall. We're all good.
Yep, and just run away. Just keep running away. Everything will be good.
Okay, if Kallat hit... Okay, we've got 3 attempts at this DM. So, yeah. See how Kallat does. 1, 2, 3, 4! Okay, that's Data Luxord down.
Amazing.
First try Data Luxord.
Amazing.
Really good fight. Meanwhile, we have Flow here on Marluxia. Okay, we're in the second phase. So we're at the pool phase now. Oh, Sally doesn't catch him. Yeah, nice job popping that final form so that we can save our party members because they will die in those pools. Okay, after these final fires, we are now in the last HP gate of Marluxia, so we are in the M phase. Ooh, sadly not getting... Yeah, you can't do that. It's literally impossible, sadly. You have to stagger a boss before you get a duck flare out after a final fire. It's pretty much... it must be like frame perfect or something to immediately get a duck flare out after a final fire. You have to like hit them quickly first. But this should still be a kill. Ooh,
so Kallat is electing to go ahead and just level up Master Form here, which is honestly your best play here, rather than have to worry about going and doing another data or pushing through the rest of Agrabah to get the Lexaeus. And he obviously has no clue where that other Bone Fist for the kids are.
Always one hit, man. Oh, that is mean.
Marley!
Alright, there you go. Okay.
It works. Kallat needing to look for Drive Converter. Yeah, I was gonna say, I could have swore we had a Drive Converter Keyblade. So yeah, this won't take Kallat long. Doesn't have any jackpots, unfortunately, so it is going to take a little time, but nonetheless, it's not going to take super long to get through this.
Yeah, Flow Savvy looking for this Skull and Crossbones right now, trying to level up that final form, but it's just there on Valor 2. Yeah,
and again, form's not playing nice here, so you know, doing your content kind of now is a crossroads of, kind of being forced into needing to go hunting for that other form. It's unfortunate, especially since it's just on Valor 2.
Yeah.
Which is the even crazier part.
Kallat's really close right now to his Master 7.
I believe should get it on this next pass here.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. So Kallat's objectives are done. He is on his way now to final fights. Is probably screaming or yelling freedom at this point, because we are now over 2 hours on this seed.
Yeah, buying those elixirs. He's got 10 elixirs to play with right. Okay, more than that. He's got like 15 or something actually. So he's got 15 elixirs to play with in final fights. It's plenty. His stats, his magic is totally fine. He destroys like everything in that engine core with magnet and reflect. So yeah, not using the bulky vendors to level up tool.
Yeah, and with final form being where it's at, you're basically gonna shred engine core with final form stuff, and you still have enough drive gauge left over to do another form. You're gonna have duck flare for armored 1. You got limit form for the rest of the way. You got combo boost. Like, you got everything at your disposal for how this seed was.
Okay.
Yeah, Flo unfortunately going to be seeing the sad reality here soon that Valor was just right here through FF, but again, you're covering all your P's and Q's of your other forms first before committing to coming in here, especially if it's not on those 3.
Alright, so Auto Valor is in Sunset Terrace in TC3. So
oh no!
They must have
so we didn't even have to do.
Yeah, you didn't have to do HB. You didn't have to do a lot of stuff actually. You didn't have to go. Yeah, but
I wonder if Kallat actually picked that up, because he was in Sunset Terrace, but I don't.
I think he was skipping.
I don't
chess.
remember.
I think he was skipping chess at that point, which is fair enough.
Yeah. And Flo, unfortunately, because they burned Roxas and are all the way through, was all the way through at the point of where they were. They didn't have a prime spot, but of course we knew it was only on Valor 2, so it wasn't going to take extremely long to get there. But yeah, a lot of ground to make up, and also is at a disadvantage slightly on the loveless in comparison with Kallat currently cruising on through wave 2 of final fights.
Yeah, Flo also has to get through Data Sykes, I believe, and like most of the Pride Lands. Oh no, they don't.
Still has to...
Oh no, they don't, because they've done like Seus, so they can just. Oh, it depends if they end up doing Luxord or not, I guess. There's still a lot of content for Flo to do, basically, though. So, yeah.
Well, Flo would get the Torn Page, so he could skip Data Luxord and just go do Data Sykes, but he would still have to go do Ground Shaker, because I don't believe he had done that yet.
And with Master Form being, right on GR2 anyway, it makes more sense to just attempt that Luxord, I guess. Because like, even if you die to Data Lux and then you get him the second try, it's still probably just as fast as doing that Sykes, if not faster. So, yeah.
But Kallat on his way to Armor 2 here. Plenty of items, plenty of strength, and, well, not strength, but you get the picture.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage.
It's gonna do so much damage. Flo currently doing his best with Final Glide here on GR1. And is seeing the Torn Page. Now, the crazy thing here for Flo is he could realistically still skip out on Data Sykes and just go do Master Form and that.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can actually skip out on all the datas if you're Flo. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that definitely makes more sense. Yeah.
Of course, he would he will see the reality that it is on GR2.
Yeah.
And yep, it's just full sending it. So yeah, it looks like Flow's gonna try to just finish out with Master 7 and Eating of the Bear.
Alright.
With this move that he's doing. He could still, well, I guess he could still do Data Luxor here and just surprise us all.
Kallat is on final Xemnas though. Sub 2 hour loadless maybe, if we can get this first try.
I would imagine so with the stats and having Reflera here.
Ooh, sadly taking a hit there. Nerves probably coming in now.
We could easily pop into a form here after just for extra safety.
Okay, nice.
Oh, or cutscene works as well.
Yeah, we get the cutscene, so we're safe. Sadly, when he does pop this limit form, I think Xemnas will immediately be in laser phase if he like hits him. Oh, didn't hit him. Nah, it's too early. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right though. We got Reflera and the stats to just blitz on through this part.
Yeah, as long as we hit these reflects, we should be in good shape. Okay, we get to hit one more after this.
Yep, set up perfectly. Oh,
that's fine. We've got the
that's
elixirs.
fine.
We got the elixirs. We can do this 3 more times.
Yep, we still got 30 seconds here.
That's the wrong
one. And onto the fake.
Yeah, you need to go for the one that has the HP bar.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, just waiting it
It's
out.
all right.
Wait it out. Okay. We're ready. We're on session side. We locked onto the right one.
And
GG's. That is a dome skip. As long as we get into 0, this should be it. Session alone should just kill. Yep. GG's.
Yep.
Sub
just
2.
under the 2 hour loadless. Kallat taking it to move on in the gold bracket portion of the losers side. Will be taking on Dark next in round 3. There are no more races as of now scheduled. The next race will be coming up on Wednesday at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern of myself versus Dragon Blast. So should be hopefully a good match. Winner of that will move on to face Lord Raiden in round 3 of the losers bracket. But GG's to both runners. An amazing showing from both, given the contents of the seed needing to be done. But that is going to do it for us today. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I have been IDA.
Yeah, I've been Matt. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Be sure to check out the next random stream. We will always ping in the Discord. But yeah, make sure to join the Discord if you haven't. But yeah, adios. See you later.